muscle requirement?
Oh, yeah, well, when you look at it, technically, yes, it makes the cell swell. I mean, it does. And you also, creatine also has an active part in ATP, which is cellular energy. So it basically takes and will remove phosphate bonds, and you go from mono, to di to tri phosphates. So therefore, your body has to build up the phosphate bonds. Once it's at ATP, boom, cellular energy. So that's the part where creatine, I think if I'm answering what you're asking me, that's the part where it would help you in that respect, in cellular energy and in cellular volumization. So it doesn't necessarily, it makes the cell swell, but then again, it doesn't make it like permanent. Workout, your body just broke down muscle tissue. Well, A, it's going to need protein to rebuild that muscle tissue, and B, it's going to need carbohydrates for the glycogen to transport the amino acids into the muscle to repair it. So it's almost like, a step-by-step process of where, even if you, like for instance with the cell mass type thing, and I'm just using that for it being here, but there's a million different types of ones that are like it. This is what I like, the newer Volume-A's one that they just came out with, is you throw a scoop of protein in there, and now you've got your protein and your carbs and your creatine, and everything's shuttling in at a very efficient rate because the carbohydrate they put in there is a carbohydrate that is very usable by the body. Your body, you'll see a significant difference within about 10 days or so, I would say. Just simply because your body now, the muscle glycogens are full, muscle bellies start to fill up, things like that. Your endurance just changes. And then you start throwing in things with some caffeine and arginine, which increases blood flow. You're going to just make it more endurance related. But he's absolutely right on one of the things with bodybuilding is that with bodybuilding, they've been doing this for years, and to simplify it, take all the different pieces of bodybuilding and all the other stuff, kind of push it away, and the simple part of it crosses over to everybody.
You don't see a lot of cross-country runners having big muscles.
Well, but that's because they need to be in a small frame because they need to run long distances, and they're consuming tons of calories, and their body's just going to do what it's going to do.
So is it possible to be like to bulk up and deal with it like on cross-country or?
Sure. What you've got to find is your caloric threshold. You've got to find that area in your body where, let's say it's 4,000 calories, whatever, where you jump beyond that to gain. Like, let's say you're naturally, like I have a very fast metabolism. Let's say you have a fast metabolism and you can eat 3,000 calories minimum a day. Well, then maybe you need to go to 4,000 and see if your body starts to put on weight. In a good, again, food needs to be clean food, but find that barrier. If you start to look at what soccer players nowadays, they're actually, soccer's not real big in the U.S. that much, but I played it as a kid, so I just enjoy it. But you look at some soccer players, they're actually getting more muscular, and you're up and down the field all day long. Well, it's because especially in the U.S., the youth soccer, actually I work with a guy that coaches youth soccer, and they really focus at the high school level nutrition. And then when these kids get into college, 18, 19, 20 years old, they're starting to develop more efficiently. They're more muscular. They're able to run. They're actually running faster, but they're actually bigger. And then in soccer, there is some bumping that goes on. Well, if you're a little bit bigger and you're running just as fast as a little bit smaller guy, that guy's going to get bumped off the ball, and you might, score a goal type thing. So I'm seeing it cross over a lot into other sports. Runners, I don't think will ever do that. Tennis, golf, hell, It's like, you're seeing it all over where people are really understanding the whole concept of muscle growth and how muscle plays a factor in performance and all the above.